Hello YouTube, this is Reno Dan, and this is an R6 2017. Isn't it sexy? Has the new headlights and everything. Bike is gorgeous. This bike right here is noob friendly, beginner friendly, MSF just got your license friendly. Usually 600s are not. In the past, the two strokes, the 1990s or early 2000 motorcycles or a carburetor were definitely not noob friendly. Throttle response was not linear. It was carbureted, it just dumped gas in there and it just went, and you made throttle errors in it and you paid the price. You were punished. This bike is totally different. I've ridden it and I was so impressed. I'll make a review on it later, but usually, for most case, except for this bike, I would never tell a new rider to go buy a 600. Usually it's always a 300 or a Ninja 250 or something so they can learn how to shift. Upshift, downshift, brake, gas, roll on, roll off, and turn. There's a lot of things you gotta do in a motorcycle riding, and it's complex. It's not easy. And when you make mistakes on certain bikes, you don't get second chances, because those mistakes can lead to massive high sides problems, wheel spins, wheelies, endos. A true story, a guy was driving a Gixxer 600, just did his MSF. I think he had his license for like 2 weeks, 35 miles per hour at a stoplight, slammed on the brakes, four-finger braked it, and he flipped over the handlebars. The bike fell on him and he went to the hospital with a broken something. True story. It happens. You guys are noobs. You guys make noob mistakes. That means bad shifts, stalls, bad upshifts, bad downshifts, bad throttle, throttle on, throttle off, horrible braking. You guys don't have the motor skills, just the physical attributes that takes motorcycle riding of years of learning, a practice, doing. You don't have it yet. And you want to jump on a leader bike or a massive 600 and go out and rip things, and the only thing that's going to get ripped is you. And that's what happens. YouTube's full of these examples. You don't believe me? You probably watched millions of videos already of guys getting beat up by these motorcycles because they think they can handle the power when they can barely handle the chrome on their MSF going around in circles at 12 miles per hour. Facts. But this bike right here is totally different. This R6, I'm going to make a review, but as you can see right here in this part right here, you don't have to be in the higher revs to get the bike moving. Actually, on the lower RPM range, the bike still had enough torque to get you moving. So I did this on purpose just to see, could I go on lower ranges and how friendly it was. And I was very shocked to see how willing and how forgiving this bike is on the throttle. And that means for you noobs, you beginners, you MSF guys that just graduated, you can make mistakes and not get brutally punished. You can get punished, but it's not like old school punished where you were like high side, death, wheelies, you know, just getting destruction. It's different. You'll still die on this bike, absolutely. This bike will still kill you, but it's a little more mild. It's a little bit more easier to work with. And I was very shocked by how forgiving and how awesome this engine is and how well it is tuned. And that's something I want to talk about too, is in this particular motorcycle, I don't know if the other years had it too, but you have a mode where you can actually make it where it's detuned, sport, track, whatever, and you can go out and you can tune it for what you want to need it for. So if you're a new rider and you're not sure that you can handle the whole power of the R6, tune it down. You know, step it down. It will detune and you can go in the parking lot and figure it out. I'm not saying the Gixxers don't have it, or the Ninjas don't have it, or the CBRs don't have it. I don't know. I know for a fact this bike is beginner friendly, and I can put my stamp on it. I can tell you with certainty, if you're hell bent on buying a 600 and this is what you need, you want to skip a step, you don't want to do a 300, and this is what you want, the 2017 R6 is the bike for you. It is definitely noob friendly. The engine is good. You can drive it around the city. You can putt around. You can make a couple mistakes and not be super overwhelmed by it. The engine's not gonna like jump out and bite you in the butt and scare you, and then you're gonna throw the bike down and do what beginners do, because you guys do weird things You know, when you get in panic mode, you start slopping on the brakes and rolling off the throttle, and then next thing you know, the bike starts going over and you just try to abandon ship and parachute off the bike. YouTube's full of these videos of people doing weird stuff and wrecking. I mean, it's not even just normal riding. I mean, it's just weird things. Noobs do it. They do it all. YouTube's full of it. But this bike's pretty mild at the low end, so you can roll on and play with the throttle a little bit, and rolling off like abruptly isn't going to cause the bike to really freak out like the R1 will, and I'll make a review on that one later. But this bike, for sure, with the traction control, ABS, and all the electronics, this bike is definitely beginner friendly, and it will allow you to progress, and you can change modes as you get better to really learn how to ride. Because a lot of riders, they just do their MSF, get shotgun through, and next thing you know, they're on YouTube with a broken neck or broken back or dead or injured, the bike's falling over, just doing weird noob stuff. I mean, it happens. But I think this bike will be good for you newbies if you're hell-bent on skipping a step. Usually I recommend going to the 200 or 300 because it teaches you how to shift, it teaches you how to throttle, it has crappier suspension, so you have to learn how to navigate turns a little bit better. But if you're hell-bent on it, this is your bike. Alright guys, so disclaimer, this bike is still dangerous, it's still able to kill you. So don't sue me if you buy it and said, oh, Rhino Dan said I could not be okay, or no, I'm not gonna get hurt. Hey, look, any bike can hurt you. My R3 can still kill me. But this bike is definitely more noob friendly than any other 600 I've ever been on. And that's my take. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a nice day. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.